Hello everyone, my name is Doomfish, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make a 8x8 sliding trapdoor using flying machines. So what this looks like here, if we hit this button, we can see that everything moves out of the way, and we can have our a space down here, like some room or some like hidden basement, or whatever you want. Hit the button again, and it all closes up. And it is relatively simple to build, so it shouldn't take you that long to do in your worlds. So let's get into what you're going to need to build this thing. Alright, you'll need around 4 stacks of solid blocks, 1 stack of honey blocks, 1 stack of slime blocks, 32 sticky pistons, 16 obsidian, 1 button of any kind, I'm just using a stone button here, 36 observers, 17 repeaters, and 66 redstone dust. Now let's get into the tutorial for this thing. So first of all, you're going to need a adequate floor here, or roof, wherever you want to put it. But the way we're going to do this is to just build up a little bit, maybe 5 blocks or so, maybe a little more. Doesn't really matter. And we need a 8x8 space here, so we're just going to build that. It should be 8 this way, 8 this way, and we're just going to fill in the whole little square right here. Alright, now that we have our square, what we're going to do is head up and build a perimeter around this, one above the square. We're just going to build a block up and go all the way around the outside with solid blocks, whatever you want to do. But keep in mind that this bottom, like inset portion here, is what's going to be actually moving out of the way, and this part is going to be stationary around here. And obviously, you can build this out however much you want in your build, but this is just a little example. Alright, now what we need to do is head underneath this machine and go ahead and look at the middle here. So since this is even, these are the middle 2 blocks. And we're going to place 6 blocks of honey out the side right here. And on the side, we're going to place 6 blocks of slime right here. And since pistons will move these, and these will not stick together, what we're going to do is just sort of interlace slime and honey so that no honey, none of these like 1x6 lines of honey is touching any other 1x6 line of honey, and the same thing with the slime blocks. So we're just putting lines all the way underneath these 8x8 square right here, all the way across. Just keep on switching your blocks, kind of like so. And we're almost to the end here, and it should look something like this when you're finished. Just a big platform, 6 long on each side here, and 8 across. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is place sticky pistons facing behind each of these blocks right here. Do the same on both sides so that they're facing outwards. And on each of these, place down 2 blocks out, matching the block that's on top. So on this line we do honey, this one slime, honey, and so on and so forth. Alright, now that that's all done, what we're going to do is try our best to place some sticky pistons facing towards this platform. So how I would do this is place a temporary block here, place a piston, break it, do the same thing. I mean, since we're in creative mode, we can just sort of go like this, and just make sure the pistons are facing inwards. Alright, next up, once we have this done on both sides, what we're going to do is just go ahead and place down some observers facing outwards, so the face is outward on the back of these. And the way I would do this is by first going to one of the sides and placing it like this, and then from there we can crouch back here and just make sure that each of these observer arrows is pointing towards us, and the face of the observer is pointing away from us, and we can do this on both sides. Alright, now that that's done, we need to do probably the trickiest part of this. We need to find a way to place observers on this block that are facing upwards. So the easiest way that I would do this is to place a temporary block right here, place a observer facing upwards, pointing into this piston right here, and we can break this block. Now what we can sort of do is just take out this whole line of blocks temporarily. We'll put them back in, and we can try and place a temporary block and place observers, and as we go, replace these blocks, making sure you choose the correct block, which you can see on the right. We need honey here, slime here, and we just repeat this process all the way down the line on both sides, and this might take a little bit of time, just making sure that all the observers have their faces upwards, like so. Alright, now that that's done, we can just check if we did it correctly. We should see an empty space here and here. All these observers are facing up, and all the blocks are replaced here, just as they were before. And now we need to get our activation system in. So to do that, we're just going to go underneath all these pistons, place whatever block you want, and then go ahead and go to the outside here. 1, place 2 rows of blocks underneath this. So we got 1 and 2. Should look something like this. And we do the same thing on the other side here. Now what we need to do is go ahead and place our repeaters down, facing into these blocks that are facing into the pistons. Same thing on the other side. And what we're going to do is just go to whatever side you want the back of this to be. Doesn't really matter, you can close it up later. Go ahead and place 1 block down here, another block down, and another block down, so we get 3. Break the middle block. And then go ahead and place a observer facing outwards. So it should look like this. Right here, above where this middle block was. We can do the same thing on the other side. Go 1, 2, 3, break the block, observer facing outwards, just like so. And there we go. All right, next up, what we need to do is head out 4 blocks here. So we leave a space of 4 blocks behind this block underneath this observer. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, place a block of obsidian, break these blocks, and then just make a full row of obsidian out here. 8 blocks, just so it matches all of these. And we can do the same thing on the other side. We get 4 out, and obsidian, and break these blocks, and we make the line, just like so. Now we're going to do the same thing we did over here. We're going to place a block, 2 more, break the middle one, and go ahead and put an observer facing outwards. Same thing here, 3, break the middle, observer, just like so. Now what we need to do is sort of connect up all these observers. So to do that, we're just going to head right and down, and just sort of make a straight line out here, all the way here, and do the same thing here. So we just sort of get a sort of like C shape almost on the ends. And we can go ahead and put down redstone on all of these blocks, just like so, all the way out, and also redstone on all of these. So redstone here, and on all the other sides as well. All right, last step here. What we need to do is line ourselves up with one of these 2 middle blocks, whatever one you want to have the button on. Head out here and sort of find that block on this line right here. Go ahead and place down a block, repeater going into it, a block right here, behind it, a block above it, and we're going to sort of staircase up a little bit right here, so we get sort of a 4 diagonal right here. Redstone dust on all of those, and then above this redstone dust, we're going to place a block, and we're just going to toss our button right on top of it right here, and our contraption should be complete. Now, I would recommend double checking, making sure everything's lined up, because we don't want a flying machine mishap that would get rid of a lot of your work. So I would take some time and rewatch some of the parts of the video that you might have thought were a bit challenging, like placing in these observers and making sure everything is in correctly, and then just go ahead and push the button, and we should see this whole area opens up, and we push the button again, and it all closes up. Now, when it comes to this area down below, a couple of things you can do with it. If you have some, for example, glazed terracotta, which is a movable object, you can go ahead and put some here and cover up this area if you don't like seeing the pistons, just like so, and everything should work just fine. And then you can put whatever blocks you want down below here. So for example, we could just go ahead and take some normal quartz blocks and cover them up here, and then more down here. There we go. We can see everything still works just like it should. Area opens up. And of course, we can enclose this too. So we can just take some of this, like so, up here. And everything will be nice and covered up. And we get our little contraption, just like so. Everything works properly. We have an 8x8 area that sort of splits in the middle and opens up towards the lower area pretty much seamlessly. Alright, that's going to do it for today's tutorial. I hope you found it informative, and if you enjoyed the video, don't be afraid to leave a like, and you can subscribe for more content just like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.